What's up, yo?
Hey, guys.
We are Embracing Suck 21.
Yes, we are.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Daniel.
Happy Boxer Day to
Hey!
each and every one of you.
Yes.
Hope y'all had a great Christmas. A few weeks ago, we put out a community tab asking what I Lied to You compilation would you like us to do for Boxing Day.
Yes.
We pitted David Mitchell against Lee Mack with their longer compilations, and by a margin of 60-40,
Yeah.
David Mitchell won.
Yeah.
And as promised, we'll do Mitchell for Boxing Day, and then for 85,000, we will do Lee Mack.
Oh, yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
without further ado, let's get into
Let's dive in.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa. Time out.
Absolutely not! That's it! Get to the point! Get to the point is not an exhortation you can fairly make during a parlour game. There is no point. This is a pointless exercise. We are whiling away our finite time before the grave.
This is Rod, and after we accidentally took each other's baggage from the carousel, I ended up having to wear his clothes for 3 days on holiday.
Right, you didn't have proper labels on your case?
Absolutely correct.
That was very remiss.
Well, it was a remiss.
Ooh.
It was Lorraine, it was
Say that
remiss, or I'm lying,
Aye.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
In which case, it wasn't remiss.
Okay. I think you're
Just to clarify.
Look, an easy way to figure out if that's true or a lie is to just look at their two body types.
Yes.
Like, would it even work out?
Yeah, would it? I don't know.
But maybe in that situation, you don't have a choice. Either you're wearing some very tight clothing or some very loose clothing.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Finally, are you still saying this is true? Or has the very suggestion that you might be remiss made you abandon any attempt at playing this game?
will not be.
I'm not going to be called remiss! Okay, it's nonsense! It's nonsense! I'm not a fool! I actually label my luggage very carefully, and I think that's very important, but I'm not for a moment going to pretend otherwise. So you picked up the phone.
I picked up the... You're still doubting my ability.
Are you seriously saying that the fact that you could have physically made this phone call means I should believe that you did?
I picked up
You
the
say,
phone.
look, I could have made the call, I'm physically capable, therefore it happened, David, end of story.
I picked up the phone, I phoned them up, I said, I'd like to donate something. They said, what have you got? I said, Dibber.
You knew its name.
Well, actually, yes.
You knew its name, but you didn't know what it was for.
That's actually not true. I said...
So what did you say?
I took advice before the phone call.
From whom?
From who?
From whom?
I'm not doing it if you put an M at the end.
All right, from who?
Thank you. Who's putting the M at the end? Do you know what I mean? No one anymore.
Who
no
did
one.
you
Yeah, seriously, who does that these days?
I won't talk to you. Yeah, if you say from whom, I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Say it right in words that I can understand. I'm not ready to elevate my conversation to answer whom. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's a hill that we will die on.
Yes, it is.
take advice from?
I shall tell you.
You found a thing in the shed, you didn't know you owned it, you didn't
Yes.
know what it was. Who did you ask about it?
You want to know from who?
I want to know who you asked about that object in order to find out what it was called.
I shall tell you.
Well, please.
David Tennant, or as I call him, Doctor Who.
You asked. You asked Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Who did you ask?
Tom Baker.
There are 7 billion humans on Earth. Please, let's not eliminate them one by one.
Madonna has her...
Look, we always knew that David Mitchell had a bit of a bug up his ass about everything.
But, yeah. It's so refreshing.
It is entertaining to watch.
Yes.
We're 2.5 minutes in, man. This is going to be epic.
This is going to be good.
toilet seat removed from every venue she performs at so that no one sells it on eBay.
Oh, okay, hold on.
This is crazy.
Yeah. The audacity to think that you are so important that people are going to steal your toilet seat and sell it for money.
But if that's the case, why wouldn't you just let them do it? Why does it matter to you?
Yeah, or
Why does it matter to you?
Or take it upon yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess during this time, just judging by the graininess, there wasn't OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So
No, there you go.
Sell that.
Yeah, what the hell?
People would buy that.
They would.
Yeah.
There's some sick people out there.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is that maybe by removing the toilet seat, she's created this sort of mystique. Oh, she has to remove her toilet seats, otherwise people will want to sell them. And in reality, no one will want to sell something that her old arse had touched.
So the toilet seat, when they get taken away, where do they go to? A big toilet seat warehouse?
They buy a new seat every time and then throw it away at the end.
It's a bit obsessive-compulsive, actually, isn't it? It's like people who keep their wee in labelled jars. I think very obsessive-compulsive people can sometimes do that. They sort of, as it were, file their various excreta.
How would you know
How would I know?
about filing those sorts of
Well,
things?
I am a knowledgeable man, and it's a part of my...
It is a little weird that you would know that. Like, I don't know anybody that does that.
No.
And why would you?
And
Why
I
would
pride
you?
myself
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
fact. But yeah, that's kind of a... But I believe it. He says it, I believe it. Why not?
He would know.
He
these
would
types
know.
of
He
things.
would know.
And by the way, this is not a good look for
No.
David here. I mean, just look at that.
Yeah, he's
like,
so young.
yeah. What is he, like 18 here?
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
sorry. No, 16. Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Hasn't even hit puberty
Nope.
yet.
Comes late for everyone, maybe.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
different
or
times, at
Some of
different
us are
times.
late bloomers.
Yep.
It happens, man. It happens.
You know, if I knew how I knew everything I knew, then I'd only be able to know half as much, because it would all be clogged up with where I know it from. So I cannot always cite my sources, I'm sorry. I'm just worried about these stars with huge warehouses full of old loo seats. I don't know why I'm worried about them. There's no reason why I should give a shit whether they live or die.
She's not doing it, is she? She's not got the spanner and putting her thing on. So someone else is coming in, she's totally
Yeah.
unaware of it, just gets done, one of those things.
Hey, are you, Madonna, I want to get off early. Are you going to need to go again before the end of the gig, or can I remove it now?
I know it's
Because,
not-
I want to get home before 11 if I can, so will you need another shit tonight? I mean, it's fine, I can wait. But maybe you could go now, if you're ready. Lee,
Yes, David?
when did you come to the point of realising that your iPod had just got on top of you and you needed to get in some help?
No, I've got hundreds of albums. I bought the iPod. And I don't know anything about computers, so...
It strikes me that an iPod is a machine for putting music on itself, right? You already have a machine for doing that, and you're paying a person to work that machine. Do you use your own toaster, or do you also... I don't know, I know nothing about electricity, and so I just give him the bread, tell him where the toaster is, and some sort of miracle happens. It's just a lot quicker that way.
It's all right for you with your private education. I don't understand the basic
Look, they
principles.
did not,
Shut up, posh boy, I'm speaking. I'm telling you now that I understand the concept of getting it from the machine to the iPod. If I'm going to be honest, I don't know how you get it onto the computer in the first place.
Right. Okay.
Unless you put the CD in, which takes forever.
Putting the CD in does not take forever. How does it get from the computer onto the iPod? Down a wire. You don't have to stand over it. The computer will just sort of do it for
I'm a control freak. I know. I know.
You're a
I know
control
what's going to
freak.
happen.
If you're a control freak, why are you letting someone else do this? If you're so...
This has to be a classic north-south divide.
Has to be.
Yeah. Like, David's like, oh, you don't know how to lose electricity.
Posh boy.
And then he's like, oh, posh boy.
And this whole rant belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
CDs onto computers, onto iPods.
Yeah, definitely a product
Wow.
of its time. Yeah.
Wow.
This is definitely 2000s right here. This is
Oh
not
my
2010s.
God.
This is not 2020s. Because nobody uses them these days.
And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but this American next to Lee is the Merlin guy from The Arrow. I know, and that's why I'm directing it at them. I'm directing at them, not you. It's a show. It's about The Arrow. It's like a superhero show. It's like Batman universe stuff. So, From that. The arrow. That guy.
I mean, yes, I didn't know the reference, but damn it, you have to make me feel seen.
No,
like that.
no, I'm just saying. I've exhausted the. Have you seen that yet? I'm like, let's just save time. Cut to the chase.
But it's funny. It's funny.
You chime in later, like, oh, I have seen that, and I'm like, you know, oh, the arrow, yeah, okay, cool, sure. But yeah, this is very old.
Oh yeah.
David.
Furthermore,
It's a good question.
furthermore, if I can ask you to shut up this time,
So you didn't have the guts to say you're working class piece of scum?
it's
funny, isn't it, that way?
I actually didn't have the time to get it out because you'd already interrupted.
David, before you get too angry, it is possible that he's lying.
If the iPod thing is true, then you're not the man I thought you were, Lee. And, you know, that's the price you'll pay for this petty victory.
I think it's false.
I think it's so unlikely that it's likely. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
you think it's false?
I think it's false, but go for true if you want to go for true, because you said you've never won.
All right, hissy mother. All right, well, let's go with you, and you better be right. No. You've made it head. You can lie on it. I doubt it very much, but John's always right, so I think...
I don't understand why we have to sit here and watch this shit. Now, for God's sake, make your mind up.
I can't imagine any moment in his life where would make him think, yeah, I'm going to go and see Kill Bill.
Absolutely.
Lee, go on then, it's a lie.
It
They
is
say it's a lie.
a lie.
It is a lie. Well done.
But I have actually seen Kill Bill, and it's interesting that I'm featuring some sort of
really angry.
busty antiquarian. Oh, he wouldn't go to the cinema. He'll only go and see silent films. No, I have seen Kill Bill. I just managed to remain conscious throughout. The fainting, you could believe. Just going to see Kill Bill. He wouldn't know how to buy a ticket, the love.
I don't know where we got that idea from.
He'd probably try and get a banker's draft.
It's not my brain.
that reminds me of I can't remember what the episode was, but I've been at the time of this recording, I've been putting together the year-end compilation, and I'm reviewing a lot of these things that we watched. And I remember one thing is when the first David Mitchell compilation, there was a story of David ordering pizza and having the pizza guy help him with his IKEA thing, or whatever that was. And I remember like Lee's team like giving him shit, like, "Oh, you order pizzas?"
Yeah, that was the part that they were hung up on.
Yeah, the fact that he's like so posh and so
he ordered a pizza.
Everybody orders pizza. What the fuck are you talking about?
But he doesn't have people that order pizza for him.
Oh yeah, assistants.
Yes.
Ugh. Got it. Yep.
It's not my brain telling me I'm
You're
flying off
saying
the
that
end.
we're on at the top of a stationary escalator. You in
Yes.
some way are thrown
Yes.
off the end of it
Yes.
as if it were...
As I described.
That's nothing to do with the electrical motor in the escalator that isn't turned on.
I'm not saying it is.
That's because you're using a certain amount of extra energy in order to go up some stairs.
Yes.
And then suddenly it seems easy to go on the... Well, you'll find that at the top of a normal flight of stairs.
No, you won't.
Yes, you will.
Nobody flies off the top
you'll
of a
have-
normal stairs. Hang on a minute. Let's have a go, shall we? Let's give it a little go. Oh, you're right, David. You're quite right.
What I'm going to tell you now, Rod, you may not be ready to hear. But the feeling of getting to the top of a normal flight of stairs
Is not the same.
and the feeling of getting to the top of an
Rubbish.
escalator that
Rubbish.
is not turned on
Rubbish.
is
Rubbish.
the same.
It's not.
It is the same.
It's not.
It is the
It's
same.
not.
This is madness.
What you're saying? You started off saying it's
I'm
my...
not going to discuss it anymore. I've told you the information. At some point, you will accept it.
I love that.
That's just Rod being contrarian.
Yeah.
Have you met you've met people like that? It's just being contrarian for no reason.
No reason. Yeah, just blind. Yeah, I definitely know people like that.
Yeah, and I know them too.
I never met anyone like that.
No. Not
Never.
me
They don't
neither.
exist.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh God.
They hot sausage rolls.
Do
you want. I'll give you the accurate heat of how they were. This hot.
Why did you throw it off the top? You're there, there's security there. It's a horrible thing to do. Someone, how fast is a hot or even quite hot sausage roll going to be moving by the time it
you're wrong,
hits some
David. No, it wasn't quite hot.
morbidly obese child down on the promenade having a miserable time on holiday in Blackpool, of all places. He's just heard about the divorce of his parents, consoling himself with another load of high-sugar snacks, and the next thing he knows, a warmish sausage roll hits him slap in the face.
He's trying to eat the second sausage roll.
I would welcome that.
It would be. I would have to react like what Nedges.
Yeah, Burger Bowl.
Burger Bowl. Yeah, if you just got. If you just got hit in the face with some random food, and you didn't see where it came from, it's like pretty much pack it in for the day. Like just go home.
That's right. You did say
it's not your day.
It's not your day.
Yeah, just pack it in. Whatever you're doing.
Your week, your month, or even your year.
Yep, exactly. That's how I would react to that.
David Furnish has an Elton tracker sat-nav, so you can see exactly where Elton John is at any time.
So that would actually involve there being Elton being tagged in some way.
Yes, it was developed by David Furnish's brother. It came about as a joke because Elton apparently kept on losing his mobile phone, and so David would never know where he was.
They strapped him to a table and fired a microchip into his ear.
Still not a solution to the phone losing problem, though, is it?
Man, look, the man wrote Rocket Man, Tony Dancer,
Tony Danza,
the Lion King soundtracks. So, I say you could give him a pass on losing his phone.
Yeah. I mean, he's not of our years, right? So, misplacing your phone, that's understandable, right?
Yeah, and yeah, you got to give him a pass because of all of his body of work.
You have to.
So I know where I am, but where's my fucking phone? Maybe just Elton John should just concentrate. You can't really interest me in these people, unfortunately. They will do crazier and more miserable things in their lives than this. Wayne Rooney is a man whose skills are vastly overvalued by our society. He can't even count up to the amount of money he's got. And he's going to do a lot of crazy things.
Well, they went out for Chinese.
The whole meal plan of the evening seems very vague. So they were on their way to Chinese, and the sight of a service station distracted them. But then actually the whole glamour of petrol held them up on the forecourt. So then the proposing happens, and then they say, actually, let's not go and queue up with trays. Let's go and impose ourselves on a very strictly catered corned beef and beans evening, meaning that no one has quite enough corned beef and beans. It's typical of the thoughtlessness of the youth of today.
Is he mad much?
I don't know. I love that. He's like, and just his view on that, I love him for that.
He's such a curmudgeon.
Yeah, I love it.
A curmudgeon, man.
But yeah, why propose to someone at a gas station? Like, is gas was gasoline that expensive?
Yeah.
Or like, let me take you somewhere expensive.
The gas station.
Gas station. You know.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But I mean, come on. He's shat on Elton John. He's shat on Wayne Rooney. He's shat on Lee Mack. Like
Madonna. He's over everyone except himself. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
mean,
him.
when your crowning achievement is the Peep Show, you might be a little mad.
Yeah.
Oh God, I no idea.
You don't know who trains it?
I don't know who trains it.
Do you know what colour it is?
Yes, it's brindle.
It's what?
Brindle.
Brindle? You don't get brindle horses.
That's not a colour, that's
dog.
a character in Lord of the Rings.
You get brindle dogs, but not horses.
What races have you seen it racing?
I saw it in Cheltenham.
What did it race in at Cheltenham? What was the race?
Oh God, it was some sponsor thing. It was like a Hennessy thing.
How long ago was that?
That was last March. You asked
What is
when?
the date of the meeting you went to?
It was the 34th of March this year.
Right, okay.
So you need to know the date in case it was like a horse bank holiday.
How long?
No, 3rd of March. No, horses won't work that day. It's part of their culture. They're all worshipping their horse god. Special hay cakes. Maybe. You've got a horse.
I've got no horse, no, but
Would you like a horse?
Why
is that what this is about?
No, it's not about the fact that I want a horse. It's about the fact
you
that...
want a horse. You're quite a horse guy, and you want a horse, and you're ashamed of saying it because it makes you sound like a 12-year-old girl. You rode Red Rum sort of just around the farm to give him a bit of exercise.
It's not a cow. It was a horse. Racehorses don't live on farms. They live in stables, horse racing yards. They're very professional outfits.
I'm afraid,
they don't go
to me...
Grand National winner, but I haven't got time to clean him. Let's do chickens.
No, horses are animals. They live in places with other animals in the country. To me, that's a farm. You want to call it a stable? I'm not interested. You're wasting your breath.
In a stable.
Oh, it was right in the middle of town, was it?
Well, it happens.
Block of stables.
It's exactly where
What
we were.
floor did Red Rum live on? You gave him a bit canter down the staircase.
You see? Listen, smart ass. Listen. Trainers live around.
This is why this show is so awesome. They bicker about just regular things.
It's really about those two guys and the moderator.
Yeah.
Without those three, this show wouldn't exist.
Yeah. And it shouldn't work, but
shouldn't.
it does.
Yes.
I don't know why.
And they're never on the same team, right? Ever.
No, I mean, I think it's the whole... That's the whole point. It's the two separate teams. They bring something different.
Yep.
Like, again, back from what I said earlier, the whole North-South divide deal. That's what makes each team their own team.
Yeah. I love that his shirt looks like wallpaper. I love that.
Or you're
Dog tracks. So
you're
you've
in
got-
trouble now.
Why-
David
why-
in dog racing, he knows everything about it.
If there's one thing, listen, if there's one thing I'm going to always beat David on, it's dog racing. Up and down at Walthamstow with me Woodbine. What? Run, you little bastard, or I'll shoot
So how
you.
much is it? How much
Where are
is
the
it?
pheasants? There's no bloody pheasants. I don't understand. We'll never catch the fox at this rate.
What are you talking about? Pheasants? Dogs? Fox? I mean, what sort of a menagerie do you imagine I would be imagining? I'm in my castle with 10 different sorts of vaguely posh animal, all fighting each other, then I kill a servant and have sex with the wall. That's who you are. That's who you are. For 50 quid.
Leave it to Jimmy Carr to tell it like it is.
Oh, my
Put
God.
David Mitchell in his place. My God.
Oh, shit.
Week. They just needed, some vague text that they wouldn't be held to, saying a period of transition is coming, but it's time not to end hope, but still to be wary. That's
£50 a week for 6 months, once a week, doesn't know anything about star signs, nothing that would make them go, David's the man.
No, I shouldn't be doing
you
it.
are quite articulate.
They should have got a qualified charlatan, but no.
What was the women's magazine?
Top Sante.
You heard of Top Sunset?
No, it's like a Christmas mag. What is it?
You not heard of it?
Never.
Top
Have you heard of it, Richard?
No.
Have you heard of it,
Oh,
David?
yes.
There we are, thank
Yes.
goodness.
We've not heard of it, have we? If you'd have said...
Oh, it's not aimed at you, is it? Frankly.
Well, it depends how annoying he's being.
I like that.
May I just say...
That was funny.
That was
I like
good.
that. Depends how annoying you are. Then it'll be aimed at you.
In my defence, obviously I know nothing about horoscopes, but the thing you most disbelieve, there's definitely a magazine, isn't there? Called
Yes.
Top
Yes.
Sante?
Yes, there is.
I thought I was sitting there, name a woman's magazine. I couldn't think of a thing. One popped into my head, and frankly, I want a medal.
And I turned too quickly and knocked 3 glasses of red wine, I remember everything, 2 glasses of white wine and 4 canapes down a lady's top.
It's a very nasty thing to do, because it's only an accident.
And you were
Presumably,
20.
you were full of apologies at
Of
this
course I
moment.
was full of apologies. I had some spillage on me, but I didn't, bang on
Didn't
about
blame
that.
her. That was probably a wise course not to go, what are you doing, you stupid bitch? Standing right in my way!
Bono once paid British Airways $1,700 to have his favourite trilby flown first class to a concert in Italy. Or did he?
Well, I believe that it might cost $1,700 to fly first class on British Airways. So that I can believe.
It was upgraded.
What? Why?
The hat was upgraded.
It was. It was upgraded to fly in the cockpit.
Wow. So that is definitely like these days that's what you get a normal flight for to at least from America to Britain, because I'm looking up flights right now. I'm not saying I'm gonna be there in 2023, but I was looking it up, and it's up for like a middle package for going on a plane these days. That's what it is. Like the cheapest was like $400, $500, something like that.
I would just believe fucking Bono would do that.
Yeah,
like that to me is a Bono ass thing to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Fly a fucking whatever that is.
And fly it first class.
Fly, yeah, exactly. Like,
That's not first class, the cockpit.
No, it was upgraded from first class.
To the cockpit?
To the cockpit.
You see, that's you see, never buy a first class ticket. You might end up getting upgraded and having to fly the fucking plane.
I have 5 pigs, all named after my favourite newsreaders.
Which 5 newsreaders?
Can't we guess them? Can't we guess them?
No, we can't.
Yeah,
Please, can we guess them?
You've got absolutely no idea.
Ryan Trevor McDonald.
This is suicide. Are you working for them?
Sorry.
This is the opportunity where Graham has to rattle off 5 newsreaders and you've just handed him 4 on a plate. You idiot.
No, you're right.
Shall we give him more time?
All right.
Would you like a pen and paper, Graham? Maybe we should all leave the room and they can work on an essay about it.
Can I ask?
No, you can't.
Garden.
Silence. What are the name of the 5 newsreaders, please, Graham?
What was the first one you said?
I'm intrigued by this cupboard under the stairs, Richard. I think someone with your income would by now, or by 1993 even, during your, let's call it heyday, would have had it... I do think we would have had it converted into a downstairs facility.
Is that your view of opulence? That any sort of space under stairs must be fitted for immediate
Any sort of
ingestion.
unused space anywhere.
Any money at all. There's something about the combination of wealth, career success, and a little cubbyhole that just says poo. When people say, "Oh, can I borrow your pen?" what I want to say is, absolutely not! Get your own pen. This is mine.
yes.
However, as part of a scheme I'm working on to try and seem normal would be an exaggeration, but, at least acceptable in broader society, I try not to say that. I try and seem casual about, oh yeah, borrow my pen, that's fine. And then I'm thinking about it constantly until it is returned.
That is British politeness in a nutshell. You don't want to do it, but you do it anyway, and you're fuming inside.
Yes, I love that. But that's so true. You loan a pen out, it's gone.
Yeah.
You give pens away. You
Right.
don't just loan a pen. Here, can I borrow your pen? Unless you're in school. Even then, though. Even then. Be like, can I borrow a pen, Spencer? And you're like, fuck no, but you give me a pen.
Well, what you have to do first is sell me this pen.
Can you write your name on a napkin?
No, I can't.
Exactly. You need a pen. Supply and demand.
If you know, you know.
If there's a nuclear war, I don't want to live.
Neither do I. I'm with you.
I don't want to come out of a shelter and try and rebuild society.
And find Kelvin Mackenzie skipping around saying I'm in charge.
I have no skills. How long? Okay, society is destroyed by a nuclear war. How long? In this, basically, we're back to the Bronze Age. How long is it going to be before people start pitching panel shows again? It's going to be at least 2,000 years.
Why were you on the table? What was the occasion?
It was there were just a group of us went to this nightclub, on a Saturday night, I think, and got very pissed.
When they said, please stop, what did you say back?
Hammer time.
I think I was sort of, if you can imagine this, in a slightly drunken state of self-righteousness. And I sort of thought I wasn't doing any harm.
What kind of music were you into then?
Yeah, whatever was on.
What? A quite fast
What
foxtrot.
music? What
I mean, what we're talking about? This is going at some speed. I'm getting on the table.
No, it was, you know, it was pop music.
When
that they
was
play
pop
at-
music? Something from the hit parade.
No. The expression pop music is totally legitimate. It is not in the same category as talking about the hit parade. I can say pop music without turning to tweed.
And once again, tweed has come up.
Yes, it's come up again. P.O. box in the description.
Tweed. Oh, man.
Didn't Chris Martin say a while back, on the back of one of his album sleeves, it said, for every album that we make, we're going to plant a tree, sort of all the paper that we've wasted making this CD. And I just thought to myself, can't you just cut out the middleman? Just stop making CDs.
Does he say when every album they make, they plant a tree? I mean, they make an album once every 1 or 2 years. That's been about 4 trees. My dad plants more trees than that, and he hasn't released an album in years.
Mike Reid often.
Okay. Are you a fan of Coldplay?
I can tolerate them. I can. You know, and I'm not trying to discount their music. I can tolerate them, and I don't change their songs when they come on.
Okay.
But I'm not actively seeking them.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
You know?
Do
you?
Anything before Every Tear Drops a Waterfall, like that album, and after that they pretty much became the same thing, you know, rinse and repeat.
Got it. Yeah.
Does a musical turn at the Tory Party conference, and last year it was a 10-minute political rap.
You notice how the whole mood has dropped since we saw a clip of Margaret Thatcher? Nobody wants to live anymore. Oh yeah, I remember that bitch.
Yeah.
So what bit of the Tory? Is this like the main assembly bit?
Yes.
After the Shadow Chancellor's done his speech? Now, as usual, what you're all here for, Mike Reid's 10-minute rap.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that Tories are a bit stuffy and boring, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're stuffy and boring, but they're not, you know, complete morons.
I think it's true, because the Tory party are so out of sync with reality that's the sort of thing that they might go, Mike Reid's very popular, isn't he? What about Mike Reid?
It all makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think they could be that out of sync with reality and still know where Parliament is.
I don't think it's true.
I just don't think it's true.
That reminds me of, like, during the Bush administration when it was one of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Brad Sherwood from Whose Line got up with some Secret Service agents and Karl Rove and did a rap with him.
Oh my
it was
God.
so fucking cringy.
Yes. God.
Oh God. Good to know that it's the same on both sides of the pond.
Let's go with that. You're the
We
captain.
think it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, okay. Let's find out if you're right, Lee.
It actually is true.
Oh, man.
It's a good thing I said what I said right before in that last pause, because I forgot that we're playing the game here.
That's right. It snuck up. Well, I mean, all this compilation is cut that part off.
Right.
So-
It's not all stories and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's, you know, a hit compilation.
Oh, man.
It's a very hard one to do this.
I'm sorry. How are they ever going to get back into office? Aren't they trying? Is it match fixing? You know, is someone bribing them to be terrible at politics? Mike Reid, 10 minutes, rapping. What the f*** is that? Democracy in this country. The reason Tony Blair can start wars for without asking people is because there's no opposition. It's their fault. It's Mike Reid's fault. The deaths of our servicemen are on his conscience. Are there other cards in here like, you had 19 different names for your grandmother? What are they? Granny. Nah.
Yes.
A 5-point plan for how to survive in prison. I've got no idea how to survive in prison. Don't go to prison. Only commit crimes you can get away with. That was horrible. It's disgusting, isn't it? Half tea, half coffee.
I don't like it when you like the same teaspoons used after a coffee into a tea. So to mix the two together, weird.
Can I ask, how do you make it? Do you make the tea in a pot and the coffee in a cafetiere and then pour it, or do you do an instant and a tea bag?
I've only ever had it with instant. I don't think you'd sort of sully a nice espresso or whatever with a tea bag.
Do you take sugar in your coffee tea?
No, that'd be weird.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
All right, so I'm team coffee all the way.
Uh-huh.
I would never bastardize a good cup of coffee with tea.
And vice versa. You can't bastardize a good hot cup of tea with coffee.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's either or, not both.
Yeah. I like both.
Yeah.
I know on your channel, Harrison and Nation, you're team coffee all the way.
Team coffee.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no tea. It's either or. I don't know any savage that drinks both at the same time. That's too much.
I mean, you can have one cup and another cup, and if you really need the caffeine boost, and there's no, Monster Energy around.
Yeah.
But don't put the two in the same thing. That's
weird.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, it's like someone's coming for you.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but they're gonna get you.
Yeah, you got a death wish.
Yeah, what the hell is
and
that?
That's not a pun, by the way.
No, that's a kind of coffee.
Exactly.
What's it called? They had coffee tea.
You could have called it toffee. That would have sounded right.
There's already a thing called toffee. I think the very fact that he said you wouldn't do it with proper coffee, only instant coffee, shows that he despises it as a concept.
Yeah.
And he can't bring himself. Otherwise, if you really meant this about coffee, you'd say, I use the finest coffee and the finest tea.
David.
And I blend them exactly together.
Can I just say, calm down, okay? Calm down, dude.
You sound like you've had too many coffee teas today.
I came to a decision in my life 3 or 4 years ago that I wasn't going to continue with my previous battery regime. So I decided I was going to buy a load of rechargeable batteries and have them on a sort of loop. Forever and ever and ever. I would never, ever, ever again, ever have to buy a battery.
Did the cat pose for you, or did you have
I had to do sittings with the cat.
Shut up!
I
Come
did.
on now.
I did.
You
Sat on
do
a
not
chair.
paint a cat and go, cat, sit on that for 3 hours. The cat moves around.
And it kept moving around. It was the most annoying cat ever. Because I was like, please,
It's a cat!
sit down.
It's not gonna sit on the stool.
come on,
Why
you
are you
can
painting a picture of it? I'll be fine for 3 hours, Kate, me.
It wouldn't.
It's a cat!
You can totally do a sitting with a cat. Cats are very sedentary.
Yeah.
They stay in one place all the time. You can't command the cat, but you say, oh, here's a good moment. The cat seems to be sitting. I don't want
No matter what, we can all agree on one thing. Cats are assholes.
Yes. I agree with that.
Look. I don't know what I was going to say.
No, I'm team dog.
Yeah, same here.
Once cut off her ponytail on the school bus, thinking she was my mate Paul.
She was a child who didn't know on the bus.
It's starting to sound like a court case, David. Can you back off?
And you attacked her head with a sharp
I didn't
object.
attack her. I did not attack a child.
But you mistook a child's head for the head of one of your friends. Yeah. This is an environment which you don't know Paul's on the bus at all.
No. Paul, I
you
don't
just see the back of a little girl and go, "There's Paul. Where are my scissors?" I thought you might know Paul was somewhere on the bus, and then you see the ponytail, and you've only got a moment, quick snip. You don't even know Paul's there. You're just seeing ponytails and snipping away, despite the fact that Paul is apparently wearing a little dress.
Oh my god. Dude, you would get like a lifetime behind bars. Even as a kid, if you cut a girl's ponytail off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's assault. Mm-hmm. That's assault.
Yes, that is 100% assault.
God, man.
And if you do that to me, if you take this lovely thing out,
then what are you?
You get a fist to your face.
Then what are you then? You are That's your muse.
Exactly.
Cut that off.
Look, I'm a happily married man, but I have some thirst DMs on my Instagram about this thing. So you take that away from me, and you're getting beat to a bloody pulp.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I blacked out there for a second.
Yes.
Is everything
Ponytail
okay?
cutting.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
She's doing that thing in the photo, that wink thing, isn't she, which always unnerves me, because she does it at the end of the weekly sling to sort of say, you know, like, it's all a joke, I'm not really evil. But that's the bit that scares the crap out of me.
The thing is that wink is the only thing that she used to do that on Points of View as well, and she's sort of trying to say that she's in some way being consistent. Well, in Points of View, she didn't read out the people's letters and then just say, you know, f*** off. She does to the answers of the nice people on the weakest link who are trying to win a quiz. So what was the Anne Robinson one called?
Ginger Ice Queen.
Ginger ice cream's really nice.
It's gonna taste of ginger, not of that bitch. Ginger is a recognised pleasant flavour. She's a recognised arsehole. That's totally different.
Sounds like I'd recognise
It's just people who like ginger enough to be able to stomach the side of her face while they eat it. Now, I can believe that those people exist. So that's suddenly it's become a lot more plausible. Suddenly you're saying that ice cream, the flavour of a woman who's undergone loads of surgeries, obsessed with money, and for some reason considers herself witty? No. Ginger ice cream with a picture of that bitch? Yes.
It's like how Ben & Jerry's has the Tonight Dough.
Yeah.
That's my favorite flavor of ice cream, and I can tolerate seeing Jimmy Fallon's face because it has, you know, cookie dough,
It has
Oreos,
everything. It's like
all
one of the
things.
best. It is legendary ice cream.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah, thanks for being on the same page with me about it.
Where's that punk ass other one?
The Americone Dream from Colbert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That give me Fallon all day.
Yeah, 100%.
George and Zippy had one arm each.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, they did. The other arm was in the mouth, wasn't it?
What are you saying? You say a lot of disgusting things on this show.
That was an outburst. Holy shit.
That came out of nowhere.
You could tell whatever they're talking about really hit him. Really hit him deep. That was... Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. What a fucking... Wow, he almost went unhinged. That was crazy.
God.
You got to run that back. That was an epic...
Yeah.
Wow.
And before we do it, just look at his eyes right there. They're just like, let me feel that bad. They're like...
Yeah, exactly. They are definitely psychotic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh, wasn't it?
What are you saying? You say a lot of disgusting things on this show, but now you've gone too far. You found a peacock in your hotel bedroom?
Yes, I found a peacock in my hotel room. It wasn't a big 5-star hotel. It was a sort of, you know, I don't know what star it was, but it was a sort of... it was more casual, the hotel, than you're imagining.
No. Peacocks are in very posh places and very formal places.
Very rural places, generally.
No. It's not like you don't farm peacocks.
Yes, you do. People do farm peacocks.
What? Okay, yes. This side is covered in massive flocks of peacocks.
No, but they do farm peacocks.
Peacock milk we endlessly drink.
It has to be all or nothing.
There's nothing more informal and laid back and basically hippie-ish than those hotels with peacocks milling around. In and out of the rooms, and the occasional panicky comedian won't join in, won't pal up with the peacock.
Say it, go on, I know you want to say it.
Tries to waft the peacock. And the only member of staff in the hotel has to come and make noises with the pillow.
Do you know what?
And apologise to the peacock later and say, we won't let him stay here again. He's all stuck up. One of the characters.
He's all stuck up. God. I can't with this guy.
Dude, he makes the show, man.
Yeah, 100.
Both of them.
110%, yes. God. I only know Peacock as the NBC app in which I can watch Premier League and Eurovision.
Yes,
so,
and World Cup in Spanish.
And the World Cup in Espanol.
In Espanol.
So that's the only reason we're able to keep up with those things for all of y'all across the pond.
Peacock Farm.
Peacock. Peacock. I love saying it.
Yes.
Peacock.
It's like that word shuttlecock.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Shuttlecock and spatchcock.
Spatchcock, shuttlecock, buzzcock. Just funny.
Buzzcock.
Fun to say.
We're both mature men here.
Of course. We're grown.
Men of culture.
Yes.
Of the shavedly, unshavenly.
I'll often do a sailor because that suits the look of the longer beard.
Could we have a little bit of sailor?
Looks like you shaved off your beard off again.
Hang on, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't. It looks like he's got the complete beard.
No. He has got the beard and he's talking to the man.
To the other person, yes.
Looks like you shaved off your beard off again.
Yeah, but the other person looks like he's...
The little boy looks up and goes, I couldn't help it, I had to, because I was feeling a bit hairy.
Yeah. But that doesn't make any sense because the other one looks like he's completely shaved his beard.
No, sorry. I've shaved half the beard.
Yes, I know.
The one with the beard is the sailor with the beard.
Looks like you've shaved off your...
Meaning him.
half your beard off.
The other
to the other one.
Yeah.
Who's then sort of going, yes, I did. Yes, I did shave half it off. But it doesn't look like they've shaved half it off. It just looks...
They've shaved it all off.
They've shaved it all off.
You say that. No, you're wrong. No. I'll do it again. Right. Man with half a beard. Yeah. You looks like you shaved...
No, the character you're playing. Wait, the man with a
Let me finish.
Okay.
Looks like you shaved off your beard off again.
Okay.
Yes, I had to, but you should see the other side. Look, it's still there. And then the other fellow goes, I'm just as bad as you. Look, clean shaven. If you let the story finish, you know I'm using it up.
Why did you say half in the first remark?
You
Did you say it looks like you shaved your beard off again? Should we shave your whole beard off again? And he's going, yes, I know, but then let me show you more fully. Like you did.
I didn't say it like a red boy.
Coincidence, because I too am a cock.
Oh, God.
Added both of them.
Oh, my God.
Both David and Lee to list of people we want to drink with.
Man, I think I would die of laughter. I think I wouldn't be able to breathe anymore if I went out with them.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to call an ambulance. Oh, my God.
And I'm just imagining, like, a situation with both of those two men afterwards, if they're trying to get some takeaway to sober up. They go into the chip shop, whatever it is. David will fall flat on his face and be sitting there the whole time. Lee will have to take the orders and finally drag David's ass up while holding two takeaways here.
Exactly. That's how the night would end up.
Yeah.
But that would be awesome. I guess you could call this their show, but they need a show. They need a Mac David show.
Yeah.
Like a talk show or something. Like, I guess this is kind of it. But anyway, this is great.
The BBC needs to come up with a mixture of Peep Show and Not Going Out.
Yes.
Where's MI5, Jimmy?
Where's MI5?
Yeah.
Well, it's on the South Bank now, but that building wasn't finished at the time. So it was a meeting in Millbank.
What was it, like a planning meeting to join MI5?
Well, like a planning? No, I wasn't going to build a new headquarters.
The fact the building wasn't finished.
We're thinking of setting up a big organisation of spies.
Well, you know...
Lots of guns and handcuffs and itching powder. We don't know how we're going to use that, but it's all fun. And we're building a huge, crazy building on the South Bank, which is actually MI6, but never mind. The possibility exists. I would sort of like to say, in defence of Anne Widdicombe, that the thing that's bad about her is all of her horrible views, not the fact that she's ugly. Is that the best thing we can say about this woman who sort of voted against gay rights and horribly wanted to get into power and make us do horrible things? This evil person. And the only thing we can find to say about her is she doesn't look great. It's a bit like insulting Hitler because you don't like his moustache length, isn't it?
Right. Or his hairdo.
Or his hairdo, exactly.
David didn't want to mention the hairdo.
The art...
I was gonna say that the hairdo. I'm like, ooh.
And who goes there? Webb.
I love this.
Yes.
Oh my God, what are they about to? Oh my God.
I was about to say before that, you noticed Rob Brydon was right next to David in that one. That was definitely a sign of an early episode.
Oh my God.
The Archbishop of Canterbury once endorsed a Cockney version of the Bible.
You mean with all the slang and shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That would be unreadable.
By the way, someone better clip me saying that, because that's the most British thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I've said that multiple times about certain things, but someone better clip that.
Yeah, this is crazy, because they're Cockney is like the one where it's like, oh, they use like words that like refrigerator. Like, oh, don't be like that refrigerator. Like, why? Because it has eggs. And you go shop at eggs. Shop equals eggs. That's why I'm calling you a refrigerator. Like, the slang doesn't make any fucking sense.
We need Cockney translators.
Yes.
Archbishop of Canterbury once endorsed a Cockney version of the Bible.
Why is that good? You're using language to make it unclear. Say what you want. Say what you mean.
Do you think it was to stop the police knowing what you were talking about?
Well, people shouldn't stop the police knowing what they're talking about.
Let me read a bit to you. The Lord's Prayer.
I'm going to hate this, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'll brace myself.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, God.
Don't like it when you go like this. Oh, tongue's all burnt, and then the rest of the day you can't taste anything.
This is the language
this is
of
the Lee
the
Max
miming
scale.
burn.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, the rest
but
of
I like
humanity
it, but it's like...
uses numbers to temperature. You use mime.
Because that would make sense. Is your tea all right? Yes, it's a number 7. Maybe a 6, I'm not sure.
So genuinely, the idea of numbers denoting temperatures is new to you. Do you think that sounds ridiculous?
Yes, it is.
Temperature is measured in units.
But you don't say it's a 7, do you? I'm talking
No, you don't
to the
say
lady, not the nutter.
No, you don't want to...
Ignore the...
Who would want a 7? Anyway, a 7? That's horrendously cold. In whichever scale.
Oh.
If it's centigrade, it's too cold. If it's Fahrenheit, it's solid.
You're a creative mind. I mean, you must have given them a steer as to which way you wanted it to go.
Describe a creative kitchen design steer that you imagine someone like me might have given.
Okay, you may have said, I want an island in the middle, I want an Arga and a traditional electric.
I'm not making a planet. An island and a lagoon.
An island.
I want dragons in the north. I don't like spiders at all. I would sort of agree with you, Charlie. They are basically monsters. Yeah. But fortunately, they are tiny. I tell you what spiders would scare me. The spiders that kill you in Australia. The spiders that hide in toilets and bite you on the arse just when you're at your most relaxed. You don't see them, you die happy. You die in the moment of relaxation. The glorious moment of ingestion. And then all gone.
Can I ask you, David, is that the only time you truly relax?
Even then, I don't truly relax.
What's the bread on?
I told you at the top of this that he has a bug up his ass.
Yep.
And he will never get rid of that bug, no matter how much Taco Bell he consumes.
Yeah, exactly. He has a bug up his ass because he's afraid of getting a bug up his ass.
Yeah.
He can't even relax.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what the bread's on.
Oh.
Normally a work surface.
So when you put the iron on, you're going to squash it a little bit, surely?
To flatten it a little bit and squash it a little bit is the point.
So
without
is
getting
flat.
your sweaty palm on it.
Bread is flat, isn't it?
Well, of course, it's not rolling hillocks. I know this. But it's also bouncy.
Bread isn't necessarily flat. If you slice it flat, it's flat. A loaf of bread isn't flat.
What are you doing, Topiary?
A loaf of bread, you say... No, but I mean, you can't say bread is flat. Paper is flat. Bread isn't necessarily flat. Bread's only flat if you cut it into a flat shape and then iron it, like anyone sensible. hate to bring everyone, but the allegation is an iron.
No. He said that he also does it with
that's just chat you're having on your own time. The allegation is the iron.
Who are you, his lawyer?
No.
Purposes of this, yes.
Just to backtrack, there's a man ironing his bread, and I'm being picked up because I'm saying topiary a bit like potpourri. Where the hell's David gone? I thought he was so middle class that I pronounced it wrong and he fainted.
I knocked a water bottle.
I'm so middle class that he fainted.
After pronouncing it wrong.
But I've never heard of that. Topiary pronounced like potpourri. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's describing, what is it, the art of cutting shrubs in shapes.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is topiary?
Shrubbery?
No, the art of carving the... Oh, man. But yeah, no. I don't think it's pronounced topiary.
Right. You're not a landscaper.
No.
You're a construction worker.
It's like topiary or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. But yeah. Wow.
And by the way, that whole ironing a sandwich thing, that's the poor man's grilled cheese right there. Or, if you got some butter, too.
I don't think there's a rich man's grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah, there's a rich man's grilled cheese.
I just...
Look up Gordon Ramsay making a fucking grilled cheese. In fact, I think after this, I'll show you that
If I
video.
have $1,000 to spend, I'm not spending on a goddamn grilled cheese. I'm getting a steak.
Yeah.
Something that had to die.
Exactly.
To put food on my plate, not a grilled cheese. I demand life sacrifice for my meal. Like, that's, if I'm going to go all out, something's had to have died. So, anyway.
Onto what I can only describe as a nest of wires.
And also, he was a little bored.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were just trying to teach Lee how to speak. I mean, we could be here all night.
I say at least speaking perfectly clear.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I would also have to question topiary or topiary.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would question that. But yes.
I'd say David's the one that needs to learn how to speak.
Correct.
He's the one that's putting M at the end of who.
Whom. Get out of here with that.
Get out of here.
It's like catsup instead of ketchup.
Catsup. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
So you ran out of bubble bath many years ago and have never restocked.
No, not true.
What happens when you run out of fairy
I
liquid?
run out of bubble bath all the time, and I'm always restocking on a Monday.
How can you run out of bubble bath if you only bath on a Sunday?
Don't tell me you said you shower the rest of the week.
Yes.
Bubble bath
This
in
is
the
Rich
shower.
coming from a man who irons bread. I stick it on a bit of liquid soap on the flannel under the arms on a Monday.
You put bubble bath on a flannel?
You're telling me you've never used bubble bath in a shower because you've run out of soap? That's all the time. Liquid soap.
Well, no wonder you keep running out of bubble bath on a Sunday.
That, you're just like my wife. Anyways. I know what you're saying. You could say that you...
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, God. You know you've been working with someone so long when you compare them to your wife. We have not gotten to that point yet in our friendship and professional relationship yet.
No.
The moment that we start that
comparing
each other to our wives, then
we're packing it
you're
up.
100% obligated to hit the unsubscribe button.
Yes. Oh my God.
That they were fictional, but based on a real animal called the Womble.
I thought that maybe it was based on the fact that in real life they made their burrows from like condoms and
What?
In reality, of course, most creatures perish because of litter, things that the everyday folk leave behind. So in a way, the Wombles did a lot of bad.
Are you saying that the Wombles message encouraged people to litter?
Yes.
People sort of said, well, maybe I was going to throw this away properly, but maybe the Wombles can make an extension out of it.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean, people do dress dogs up like that these days, and so you couldn't be sure whether they're possibly just trained
Wombles.
Yeah. But these, in the story, the Wombles were... That wasn't just poor old bewildered Womble, but someone's put some glasses on him. He's put his own glasses. He's gone to the Womble optician and said, you fashion me some reading glasses out of some stuff that everyday folk have left around. And they've done that.
Right. That's actually not true. He found the glasses. He found
glasses of exactly the right prescription.
No. Evidence that it was the right prescription.
There was an episode, wasn't there, where an old man had died on Wimbledon Common. Immediately the Wombles are on him. His medals, his gold watch, his glasses, his shoes, and there he is naked. It's all about no dignity if the Wombles are around. It's a brilliant programme.
I should make it clear that I didn't think the children's programme was a documentary. I thought the children's programme, That Womble, was based on a real mammal.
For example, a bear is a real mammal, but Yogi Bear isn't a fair representation of real life.
You're telling me for his GCSE at age 15, the question was, give 3 examples of a mammal.
Look, this isn't the end of a game show. It's not like, and this one's for the GCSE. There were lots of questions.
Well, surely the question in a GCSE at 15 wouldn't be, give us an example of 3 mammals. It's a bit of a basic question.
Why do you think that is so easy?
Well, it's quite...
You are such an intellectual snob. That's a very cruel lie.
So, some things to unpack on that one. Womble.
What the fuck is a womble? Is that like your version of Fraggle Rock? Is that a Fraggle?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I immediately thought of the SpongeBob was before, after you, right?
After.
Yeah. So SpongeBob, I grew up on SpongeBob, and it reminded me of the episode where SpongeBob stole Mermaid Man's belt. He's a superhero then, and it had M, and then you switch it to W, and W was Wombo.
Wombo?
And Patrick, SpongeBob's friend, it described it as, I Wombo, you Wombo, the history of Wombo. And that's what it made me think of.
That is over my head. For once. That reference is over my head. So, congratulations. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? So, I get it.
I get it. You're an 80s baby.
I'm
an 90s baby.
I am. So.
Okay, so I think that's David's wife on Lee's team there. Let me back this up just a little. There we go.
That's my role on the show.
I think that's a very cruel line. He hasn't let me down yet. We all know what that's an allusion to. His repeated letting down of the entire nation. And I think tennis is difficult. And I'd just like to say I wouldn't necessarily have won Wimbledon. Obviously, if I'd practiced as much as Tim Henman, I'd bloody well expect to, but nevertheless. Once again, I would say that Tim Henman is relatively good at tennis. So he could almost be a professional.
Take those.
This can't be real.
Have a look at him through those. Tell him your sister gave you that as a present.
Have you got truth glasses? They're not allowed on this show. But weren't you aware that a Nissan Micra, even in probably quite scruffy condition, would be worth a lot more than £15?
That's right.
Yeah, but if you haven't got any money, all you've got is a Nissan Micra. What are you going to do?
How many of you were eating?
8.
8 of you sharing £15 worth of tapas.
I had £15 worth. We all had roughly, I suppose. Well, I don't know. I didn't check.
But you didn't offer. You didn't offer the Nissan Micra for everyone's meal. You said, well, I only had this, and this. The Nissan Micra's only covering that. You can pay for your own. I mean, that might have been the time to be a little bit, a little bit generous. I am giving a car away here. So one of your friends said, I'll give you the 15 quid.
I'll pay your share.
But you can't owe it to me. You can't give it to me next week. I want something in exchange for it now. You looked in your pocket. I've got a handkerchief. I've got my shirt. It'll be embarrassing to take my shirt off. But it'll have to be the car. You are a moron.
Yeah, we already established that Rod was a moron for giving up his car for
God.
tapas.
Yeah.
I get it, public transit's a bit better over in that side of the pond, but my God.
It's a car.
It's a car.
Yeah.
You can get more out of a car than a plate of tapas.
Or maybe not.
I don't know, man.
I have such a terrible singing voice that one year my teacher told me to mime during our school carol concert. It was a range of Christmas carols.
Oh, there was a few that you were bad at. You were bad, full stop. It wasn't just the one song.
Oh, no, I know you're right, Lee. I sung some of them like an angel. Oh, come all ye faithful, I just would scream the word shit. Do dogs like Marmite?
I mean, look, there's some, having been in and out of choirs as a child, there's some that are there just either for art credit or you take pity on them. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
I guess David Mitchell was one of them.
And that's fine too. You got to know what you're not good at.
Yeah.
Learn and find out what you're not good at.
Exactly.
Dolly does. I'm not sure that's a helpful line of inquiry, is it?
Do dogs like...
They like salt.
Of course
that's
it's a
why they
helpful
lick.
line of
Is it a
inquiry.
helpful line of inquiry?
If all dogs hate Marmite, it can't be true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that could answer that question properly.
You don't think there's anyone
on the planet that could answer the question, do all dogs like Marmite? No, I don't think there is.
I don't want this to sound like a rebuke. What I was saying was whether anyone knew whether or not all dogs might hate Marmite. You'd know if all dogs
That's
hate
very much just the other side of the coin, my book.
No, this isn't a coin. There's dogs all hate Marmite, there's dogs all like Marmite, or there's dogs have a similar view to Marmite as humans do.
Yeah, what, let me know hate it.
Rod, as someone who's now in Series 4, you never get into conversations like this with David. He always wins or wears you down. Just don't do it.
Surely it is almost certainly true that some dogs will like Marmite and some won't.
No. For example, I would say that no cats like baked beans.
Would you? No!
You're definitely wrong about that.
For 2 hours, my cat got stuck in a fridge and genuinely ate a bowl of baked beans. Genuine, I swear on my life.
Maybe I'm wrong about cats and baked beans. What I'm saying is there are some foods liked by many humans that certain other species will never eat. Yeah. So what I'm saying is different species like different things, and it is possible.
You said that the things that humans eat, that other animals, all other animals are species.
We've got to learn to work together.
Well, in that case, you need to change your opinion.
This programme is taken on tone of civil unrest. I sense anarchy at the gates. David, I'll caution you once. Control your team.
I'm going to have to call in the UN. I can no longer vouch for my team.
Excuse me, what have I done?
Why were you looking for bats in a cave in Sri Lanka? Were you looking to eat them?
Funny you should say that. They'd had bat on the menu in the hotel. They had a rather grim way of catching them, which is to hang fish hooks down from the top of the cave.
And did you go on your own?
Yes.
And then, so you called for help and Steve was walking past the entrance.
Steve, lovely guy, was staying at the hotel and he heard my cries for help.
Why did they catch bats with a line? Why didn't you just spray them with something? Or just go in with a machine gun?
I think that
I think it rather ruins the integrity of the individual bat as a starter or main course.
Well, admittedly,
it's had a couple of machine gun bullets through it. Also, a machine gun a zebra doesn't really spoil it. But where were you camping?
We were camping somewhere in the Lake District. I think it was called the Lake District.
You woke up with no tent, is that what you said?
Correct. Went to sleep with a tent, woke up without a tent.
Do you know what happened to said tent?
Well, that's a good question. We don't know to this day what happened to said tent.
You never saw the tent again?
No. Stolen?
Yes, I know it was stolen.
Oh,
We don't know what happened to it.
You don't think it might have blown away? You woke up, no tent, and you assumed foul play.
We weren't that deep a sleeper that there was a gale force. You were
deep enough that someone had stolen the tent.
There's something about wind that's different to burglars. Wind doesn't...
Wind that's different to burglars. Now, there I agree with you. acting, that and that alone, I would say you were telling the truth.
Win!
However, there's more to this story.
Wind does not sneak up on you. Can I ask a question?
That is David's special dressing gown.
It's just a dressing gown, and I think that's a nice special dressing gown, like I think it's got a personality.
It's David's special dressing gown.
You are never going to get away from that now. Everyone who sees this show will look at you and see that forever.
Basically, my entire image has been destroyed by this show. I was like a cool guy who was into music and modern art before this show, before all the stuff about dressing as an 18th century nobleman and having a little bell came out. The travel dressing gown is just the tip of the iceberg. Did this tradition predate the death of your goldfish?
No.
No.
That was not the cause of the death.
Were there other fish that survived?
Yeah. I've got a pond in the garden.
Yes.
The pond has nothing to do with the death of the goldfish.
But how many fish were in the pond? Just one?
I'm not going to say this again, Bernard.
Was the goldfish in the pond when it died?
No.
Sorry, the goldfish was not a pond goldfish, it was a bowl goldfish, was it? Or a tank goldfish?
It was a tree goldfish, actually.
Where did he live?
The goldfish lived in a bowl. The goldfish bowl.
If the goldfish lived in a bowl...
Correct!
Why do you commemorate its death? By pouring brandy into an alternative goldfish habitat?
Because when the goldfish died, the bowl went.
Do any fish live in the pond?
Either currently any fish in the pond, because if you pour brandy into a pond...
They're going to die as well.
They're going to die as well. So it's a legitimate question.
There was at no point, right, did the original fish die due to brandy being poured into...
But now...
There's fish in the pond,
right?
But the amount of brandy that I pour into the pond is like the weakest cordial you could ever drink.
Fish are drinking all the time.
Yes.
Not brandy!
Not alcohol, though.
Brandy if it's in the bloody water.
Yes, but it's then not brandy, is it? Brandy is...
Well, it's brandy and water.
No, it's not.
It's a weak brandy and water.
No, it's brandy diluted is no longer brandy.
So you're saying when you put soda in brandy, you'll make it it's no longer brandy?
Soda in brandy? You put soda in brandy,
Brandy and soda, yes.
What kind of 1970s porn world are you living in?
Just one last question. Why do you commemorate the death of a goldfish?
Right.
It doesn't matter the death of a goldfish.
Oh, it
Not
doesn't
many
matter to
people
you,
care.
you bitch.
No, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter to me, but I suspect it doesn't matter to you either.
Oh, and it doesn't matter to me, but it matters to the wife. The wife loved that goldfish like a husband.
And so she said, do me a favour, my beloved husband, show your respect for this fish I so loved by annually pouring a shot of brandy into the pond of these other fish who I secretly hate and wish to destroy.
Where's the switch?
Oh, God. I can only see you pouring alcohol into a pond if the fish were meant to be cooked.
Yeah.
Kind of like a marinade.
Yeah, kind of like a marinade.
Yeah, a marinade and a way to, kill them humanely.
But I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Drunk fish.
Yeah, drunk. Oh, I'm a drunk fish.
God. Oh,
What's corn dog doing down there?
Oh, my goodness.
You remember that bit?
No. What is that?
Bill Engvall, Dorkfish.
Oh, the dork. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that for a probably...
Yeah, what if it's just a goofy looking fish?
What if it's just a goofy looking fish?
It's on the wall. Sort of, not directly, but slightly behind the television.
Haven't you just had to be tempted to touch it? See what it does?
It's not that distracting. It's, it's bright red. I'd say it's about maybe 3/4 of an inch or an inch wide.
It's like one of those cooker switches, doesn't it?
It's a bit like that sort of switch. It's sort of cocked up in a sort of inviting way that you might want to give a tweak
to. It's in an upward position. You'd have to flick it down.
Exactly.
Oh, that's always more scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is your house...
If it were down, I'd assume that whatever it does was happening.
Right. And
I'd be afraid to turn it off.
That would be awful.
I might need it. It might turn the oxygen off.
You've never gone near it? You've never touched it?
Gone near it?
But you've
I've gone very near it. I don't live in a very large flat. I can't cordon off a whole area of the living room just because of the proximity of a mysterious switch. I need that space.
How long have you been in your flat and ignored this switch?
Well, I've moved into the flat about 11 years ago.
That's a long time to ignore a switch.
But sometimes I do other things. It's not just been solidly ignoring the switch 24 hours a day.
Oh, I'd have to
flick the switch.
I would be flicking that switch.
You can't not fiddle, can you? It's there, you've got to play with it.
Yes, well,
I remember seeing an episode of this show when David talked about his bedroom door, didn't have a door handle on it. He had to claw his door open every single time he opened his bedroom door.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's not going to bother about a switch.
No, he lives in a slum.
So I say it's true.
If they paid proper repeat fees on Dave, it would be different. What is it about my face smiling politely next to a boxing glove that makes you think people won't want to get drunk?
How much notice did you get?
Pardon?
How much notice did you get?
Quite a few people. I think, from memory, quite a few people were,
No, you idiot. How much warning? How far in advance?
I genuinely thought you meant notice. How much notice did you get? That was a genuine one.
Yeah.
Oh, how much notice did I get?
Oh, everyone thought I was adorable. Everyone was looking. I was nervous at first, but then I felt like a princess.
That is like one time I was in one of your Bruin Banters on your channel, and the topic of Spider-Man came up, and I think it was like, who was the best
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, and I said Peter Parker all the way, not realizing what the question was.
Who was the best Spider-Man? Peter Parker. Not wrong. Not wrong. Just wild. Only you could say that.
I meant to say Tobey Maguire.
It's like Peter Parker. Like,
That's
noted.
what popped in my head.
Noted.
It's one of the few times I'm like, where my mouth goes faster than my brain sometimes.
Like, best Spider-Man, fucking Peter Parker. Best Batman, Bruce Wayne, every day. What?
Beside the canal, and the swans are very unhappy around there.
The swans? You've tried to put a leg warmer on a swan?
He hasn't tried to, he succeeded.
How the hell do you... A swan? So they're trying to feed it over the webbing, and he doesn't get crushed. It's got a great big beak on us.
Everyone knows about this, but if you befriend the swan... The first thing, you befriend the swan when the wings go up like that, and then generally the next thing they go like that, as in make me leg warmers. That's it.
Are they for swans?
David, they would break your arm if you went near them.
Famously.
Famously.
That's what they do. They break your arm and then the queen eats them. Maybe a swan could be able to slip that over its foot, and maybe a swan would derive tremendous warmth from this incredibly thin and flimsy and short piece of material going an inconsiderable distance up its really rather long leg.
I think it's true.
Don't say that! Don't say, because that's the sort of... That's what happens to your mind in this game. You say, and you start thinking, oh yeah, of course, the fact that he said swan and it seems impossible is exactly what's so plausible about it. Rob.
Yes.
If it's true.
Yes.
I don't care.
Liam Gallagher once ordered a trampoline from hotel room service, claiming, "I like to bounce."
True.
True. That is something Liam would do.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? Let's hear Rob Bryan's Liam Gallagher. Try and rake that.
Did a trampoline from hotel room service, claiming, "I like to bounce." Do you?
Little nasally,
spot on for me.
Little nasally. Rob Bryan's Welsh, and he does a lot of impressions. I don't think that was his best.
Believe it, Lee's team, trampoline.
Ooh.
I love the idea that it's true.
Now, I think trampoline is a good thing because bed bouncing is a good thing to do, is it not?
Yes, yes.
Jumping up and down.
I'd say it was morally... I think it's morally neutral, I'd say, bouncing up and down. It's not like recycling is a good thing to do. You know, it's fine if you want to bounce, but don't feel guilty if you're not.
Let me give you some facts here. He was staying at the Malmaison, quite a sort of posh hotel in Edinburgh.
The problem with hotels like Malmaison hotels that think they're cool, because they'll try and have got him a trampoline rather than going, what are you talking about? This is a hotel. Do you want to order something on room service? Do you want an ironing board? Do you want any of the normal things? Of course you may not have a trampoline.
David has never even been to McDonald's, although he was.
Of course I've been to McDonald's.
What's the best thing that the next joke is? He went to visit Lee.
Can I please be allowed to read the auto-cue joke? Okay. David has never even been, although he was once mildly tempted to pop in and sample their short-lived McPheasant zinger.
Excellent. Good work.
Now characterising you as...
the joke computer.
My car used to have problems because it was a problem car. And I pulled over, right? I pulled over and I went round the back because I used to have to hit the engine to get it going again. And it all went wrong and we pulled over. So I said, I'm just getting in the back because I need to get a hammer to give it a whack. And as I went back, I said, I thought it'd be funny to say, don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. So I went round the back of the van, I got a hammer out, went back to the front, and as I was walking past to the front of the car with the engine lives, I looked in like that, and I just saw him go like that, and he just wiped a small tear from his eye, because I think he genuinely thought, I'm going to kill him, and he was a bit worried.
He cried? That's a very odd response to immediate mortal danger. to just slightly well up. That's more I call that a more end of the It's a Wonderful Life reaction. Look here, I am to die, it appears. Rather than, get out of the car, run! But just notice a slight welling up. Ah, well, all things come to an end.
That reminds me of your response to Neg's Burger Bowl.
Yes.
You're just like, if you get pelted with a burger, or if Lee Mack comes around with a hammer, you'll be like, okay.
This makes sense.
This makes sense. This is not my day.
Just shed a tear. Yeah, I guess this is it. I guess this is it. Oh, man.
You have such a great attitude for things like that.
Yes, of course. You got to. You got to.
I admire that a lot.
Knocked on the door of your dressing room.
Correct.
Then what happened?
As the door opened, I thought, oh my God, they're going to come and get me and say, come on, get out of the cupboard and do some jokes even though you've gone left. And at that point, this is the bit you're not going to believe, I thought they're going to find me, and then I saw a lion, a witch, and I was able to escape into the forest, never to be seen again. No.
I'll tell you what I'm interested to know.
Yeah.
You didn't stay in the cupboard indefinitely.
No, because that would have been ridiculous.
You came out, and you must have chanced upon Anthea.
I did.
It wasn't really Anthea that went to look for him, it transpires, just the floor manager. It was a perfectly normal professional relationship. He's rather building up his intimacy with Anthea Turner. I don't think they've ever exchanged any words at all, even in the lie world where any of this happened, which is not the world we're living in at all. Narnia is more believable.
Jodie Marsh has a degree...
Whoa.
Golf course?
All right, before we get to that, I just wanted to say I'm glad we've gotten something with Jimmy Carr in it where you hear his laugh. You know the...
Yes.
That part at the end always gets me.
Yeah. A very, very distinct laugh.
Yes.
Jodie Marsh has a degree in golf course management from the University of Birmingham.
I totally agree.
Like, that has to be true.
It has to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
And we know that our analytics are mostly male, so...
there you go.
This one's for y'all. Screenshot that. just cut out in half of the screen there.
Oh, let's.
To be honest, Jodie Marsh strikes me as someone who wouldn't particularly mind people looking. You know, she's going to be a bit
coy
rich
with
if
that
she
belt,
gets
I don't know.
massively offended. Turns up like that, and someone looks at her tits, and she goes, "How dare you?" Actually, you know, I'm actually very skilled in golf course management. What do you have to do to get taken seriously?
One episode showcased a toaster connected to the internet that burned a weather forecast into your toast.
Tomorrow, it is going to be cloudy.
What? That is shit. That is really shit. I imagined how it would be, and I imagined it about 10 times better than that.
No, I think it's brilliant. That could become addictive every morning. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be. Don't open the curtains. Let's wait. And then it comes out. It makes life fun.
That doesn't sound like you have to struggle to make things fun. That's fun. Ooh, I can't wait till a vague shape on my toast gives me a shit idea of what the weather might be like. And then I'll open the curtains, it'll be different, and that'll be fun.
It's called weather modification, is what they call it.
What I don't understand about that is Paul McCartney is doing this concert for money, isn't he? He's doing a musical tour for money.
Yes.
That's his job. People are going to turn up to watch him sing Good Day Sunshine, whatever the weather. Why is it worth his while to spend $40,000 getting rid of the clouds? You could have asked the crowd, look, I've got 25 grand here. We can either get rid of the clouds or it's vodka for everyone. It's always sunny when you're pissed.
You be a correspondent.
I'll be a correspondent.
Okay. Yeah. Put that on my first tattoo. It's always sunny when you're pissed.
Oh, man.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that quote, man. It's always sunny when you're pissed.
In Philadelphia. So anyway, I started blasting.
Yes.
Whatever the weather, why is it worth his while to spend $40,000 getting rid of the clouds? You could have asked the crowd, look, I've got 25 grand here. We can either get rid of the clouds or it's vodka for everyone. It's always sunny when you're pissed.
You be a correspondent.
I'll be a correspondent.
Okay.
In News Today, we found
That's not what a correspondent says. The correspondent doesn't say in the News Today. You've got to talk about the Euro.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
Talk about the Euro.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise I was going to have to be method.
Talk about the Euro and do it with some level of insight. For
Right. I will. Today.
Why
today.
You start today?
Yes. All right, then, tomorrow.
Going to our economics correspondent. Today. Why are you saying today?
All right, then. All right, then, forget it. Tomorrow, do you know what I heard?
Today.
Not today.
Don't tell them. They'll hate the baboon for some reason. They're all against wild animals in the car. Shush. Okay, so where in the safari park is the car?
In the lion enclosure.
Where in the safari park is the car?
It's...
Where do you think it is? In the baboon area.
Are you answering for that, Tina? It could have been in the car park.
Question.
It could have been in the escape.
What would the baboon be doing in the car park?
The baboon?
Yes.
May have escaped.
I'm
not saying that the answer to the baboon enclosure would have amazed me.
Do you wonder perhaps
I didn't expect to have to defend myself to this extent without owning questions.
It's a stupid question. Where do you think he was? The gift shop?
If it's a stupid question, cut it out in the edit.
No, it'll be left in to show you for the charlatan that you are.
In the safari park was your car. The baboon area. Thank you. As I suspected.
Simon Groom and Peter Duncan once...
Oh, God.
Oh, he needs to take some...
He needs to be a lawyer.
A lawyer?
That's awesome.
He needs horse tranquilizer to get him down.
Love that.
How does his wife put up with that? I do not know. And I applaud her.
Wow.
As I suspected.
Simon Groom and Peter Duncan once had a fight in the Blue Peter garden after a row over a BBC parking space.
There's been an argument about the parking spaces. They're filming the piece in the garden. Why does the fight start there?
So imagine you're having a disagreement with someone. You're having a disagreement.
I've never disagreed with anyone, but OK, I can imagine.
Well, you're disagreeing with me right now, so this is what it's like.
No, it's just, you know, we both mean the same thing. It's just you don't realise it yet.
I think in fairness to them, it says it's about a parking space, but clearly they didn't get on with each other.
The rumours were that Simon was slightly jealous of Peter.
Maybe they actually really did get on deep down. There was a lot of love there. And a lot of love and complicated feelings and tears and hate, and they start fighting and just to touch another human, and then the fighting starts getting a bit of amorous, and you know, and then they're kissing, fighting and scratching their clothes off each other, and then they fall in the pond and it's all fine and there's no sex.
What's your dog called again?
John. My dog's named after my grandfather. As a kid, I grew up, my parents always had Jack Russells, but they were called Daisy and Feely, and I hated having to take them for walks. You know, walking your dogs as a teenager, and you've got to shout, Daisy, here, Daisy! And there's a nice-looking girl walking past with her dog. You look like a fool.
I'm not convinced you do look a fool. You're allowed to give dogs frivolous names. People don't expect Rover. What a stupid name. Should have called it Andrew.
Personally, I've always liked the idea of giving a dog a human name.
Incredibly sensible, a crushingly sensible name. Have you given your dog a surname? You invented a sort of fake national insurance number for your dog. I totally believed you had a dog called John. Do you not even have a dog called John?
No, I don't.
Do you have a dog?
No.
Really?
No.
No one would make up a dog name like John.
Would you have a dog?
I don't, no.
If you had a dog, would you give it a very normal doggy name, or would you give it something more individual?
I don't know. I haven't... I've made a decision early on in my life. Don't think of dog names before you have a dog. Don't get distracted when you're supposed to be doing your tax. I'll tell you what I could usefully do instead. Think of a name for my first 7 dogs.
This is the coconut.
No. So let's just put this out there. Is Alexander a good name for a dog?
No. I have real qualms about people naming their animals real people names. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. You're so, like, no. Mm-hmm. No. Like, we just got a happy holiday card from the vet. It said Rex Arias. Like, whoa there, buddy.
Yeah. And that's not your son's name, Rex.
No.
That wouldn't work either, right?
No. Depends how badass he is. I'm pretty sure there's a Rex in the NFL.
Yeah, it has to be.
And there's a champ and a boss and a...
Yeah, there's Colt.
NFL names are weird.
Uh-huh.
I put it low, just leave it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Animals deserve animal names.
Uh-huh. Like Spot.
Or dog.
Or chicken.
Name
a dog
name what it is.
Yeah. Or if it's a cat, I've seen people name their cats Beef Stroganoff.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Just don't name your kids like London or Paris if they act like Hagerstown or Martinsburg.
Yes, that's so true.
Uh-huh.
This is the coconut that nearly killed me. Past my face, hit
why
my shoulder, bounced off on the floor.
Why did you decide to keep it?
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd make a nice anecdote. Clearly, I was wrong.
At the moment of shoulder pain, the moment when your shoulder has been bruised, possibly shattered by the coconut, you think, I must keep that for anecdotal reasons. I don't want to be rude, but this is a coconut. It fell off a tree, hit me on the shoulder, but obviously if it had hit me on the head in the right place, I might have died. It's not as interesting a story as perhaps you think. I might actually elicit the response, if only it had.
I will throw this coconut at your head now, right? And I will. No, hang on, I will. I will, David.
No,
Stop talking then. Stop
of it.
talking. I will throw this coconut at your head and hit you on the shoulder really hard.
No,
and I
thanks.
guarantee, be quite an interesting anecdote. Don't push me, David! Do not push me!
No one is insured for that to happen.
Why were you with the chimpanzee?
I was visiting a zoo in South Africa, and the trick that the chimpanzee could do was play swing ball.
What time of day was this?
Time of day?
Yes,
Before the monkey's bedtime.
Are you refusing to answer?
I'm not refusing, but I'm thinking about it for a while because I don't know if you mean South African time or English time. It's very similar, but I think there's an hour's difference. Do you mean the South African time?
I mean the South African local time.
The local time. I believe... sorry, you've thrown me a bit, because most times I tell people
Local time at the zoo on the occasion of your match.
I've been using this, I can't lie, over the years I've been using this anecdote at the
Yeah.
darts and things. Oh, did I ever tell you, lads, about the time I played swing ball with a chimpanzee? No one's ever said, what time of day was this? He threw me for a second. Most people go, chimpanzee swing ball? Tell us more, you interesting person.
I suppose what's different is that when you tell that as an anecdote in the pub, people go, it's polite to go along with the bullshit that Lee talks.
Why were you in South Africa?
Don't tell me
No,
what the
Joe,
the time of day. The time of day.
The time of day.
Make up a time of day.
I couldn't beat a chimpanzee at swim ball because I was drunk. How am I going to remember the time of day? I'm terrible at this, and this at only 2:45.
What I'm trying to get at is why were you going round a zoo pissed? It's not a usual post-pub trip. Let's have a few jars. I'll tell you what, I fancy a trip round the zoo. Around about 1 in the morning, they get the chimp out, and the chimp takes people on a swing ball. The chimp likes nothing more than a load of pissed contestants.
Yeah, well, we don't all go to the British Museum for stag weekends.
Zoos aren't open after the pub.
No, it was afternoon. You know, we've been drinking since the morning.
You'd had a boozy lunch.
We'd had a boozy morning. We started at 11. Arrest me.
It'd be nice to find.
That would be my response too. Like, hey, we were drinking since 11. Arrest me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be drunk in public. I want to be drunk at a bar.
Yeah, you threw me in public.
I got thrown at the zoo.
I just I don't know. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Oh man.
I'm not sure if that's the proper way to enjoy a zoo, but hey.
Drunk, definitely not.
Yeah. I mean, look, in my days of driving a school bus, I took kids to the zoo all the time, and it might be a little more fun when you're drunk.
Probably.
Yeah. Almost every activity is more fun when you're drunk.
This is true.
Yeah, including operating heavy machinery.
Yeah. Well, yes, I agree. Oh my goodness.
It would be nice to find a sensible reason for scoring with either foot.
It's not the foot.
No, let's be clear about
it's
this.
always the same foot.
It's all right, David, I've got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not different feet. It's different...
Suddenly David's become Alan Hansen.
I found something I knew. I understood.
It's the different
I understand. I didn't listen properly. I beg
No,
your
and that's
pardon.
your problem. You don't...
Oh, wow.
So what are you going to say, David?
This sort of rings true.
Did you play football as a... I know you don't play it now professionally.
Yeah, I had
but
to play a bit.
At school?
Yeah. I hated it completely, but I was usually sort of put vaguely in defence.
Oh.
So that I'd be sort of standing there coldly.
Some of
and
the
then
bigger
ball
boys
would go
charging down
they
towards
charge
you.
past me in the goal, then it goes back to the middle and you get a bit of respite.
And what time was chess club due to start?
And yet I wasn't very good at chess, so, you know.
Really?
Yes, a pathetic physical specimen and intellectually not that creative either. You know, but thanks to the way the media selects people for prominence, here I am! You paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, what the hell are you doing? I've been trying to get rid of Psycho for years.
We thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back in 25
Were
minutes.
you not surprised that... I mean, I've never been on holiday to Bulgaria, but I imagine that things would be a bit cheaper in Bulgaria than in Britain. Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
It was 25 minutes each, so it was two of us.
Right.
So we chipped in for a horse.
What's it
For
called?
25 minutes each.
But still, even if you thought you were going to get 25 minutes each, that's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
Let's forget about the 25 minutes.
Just forget about the horse.
This is a classic story right there. This is one of the best ones that we've checked out.
Yes.
Accidentally buying a horse.
David makes this story. He makes this story.
Yeah. Kevin Bridges tees it up, and David knocks it out the park.
He just can't fathom what the hell is going on.
That's absolutely obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables.
He's gone.
He's gone. No sign of him.
No, he's gone.
So you said to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme. We hired this horse for 25 minutes at an extortionate rate. Nevertheless, here it is. And what did he say?
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable,
no,
but to the random
we never got
point
right.
in the road. 100 yards from the stable. So you bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? I would have thought that logically, when you were returning, having thought that it had come from the stable, but you'd been lucky not to have to walk to the stable before hiring it, you might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to, rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from, I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, going, come over here! Come and get your own horse! At which point locals start waving, going, no! You keep! Rob, can I ask, what is the point of this exercise?
To see if I'm lying.
Well, no, because you're clearly going to be capable of going, oh no, I don't want a fizzy drink. You're not going to be such a fizzy drink addict that you can't stop yourself from going, oh yes, I do love it, actually. Yes, it was a lie and I'd do it again.
Because if she is telling the truth, what a lovely opportunity. How often have you seen a grown woman taking her first sips of a sugary carbonated drink?
The best thing this can be is cruel.
What age? I think this would probably be when I was 4, 5, 6, 7... that sort of age. When I was 4,567. I was still in my infancy as a god. The trouble is that some children are timorous and some children are reckless.
Yeah.
And
I'm Sagittarius.
And in order to save the lives of reckless children, warnings are calibrated for their safety, the result of which is that the timorous live in a state of perpetual terror. What I needed to be told is, you know what, most days you won't die, it's fine. I wasn't ever going to tear across a 3-lane motorway. Right. The very existence of a 3-lane motorway in the same postcode as me made me not want to leave the house.
And presumably you would wait for about 3 weeks before swimming after a meal.
No, and having an ice cream in the afternoon and then thinking, well, I should probably not swim for the rest of the holiday. And then someone says, when I was an adult, you don't have to wait at all. It's all a myth. You can swim and eat.
I think...
I remember being taught that.
Oh, yeah, you don't eat... okay, you don't swim 30 minutes after eating.
Yeah, like, what is that based on?
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's an old wives' tale.
Parent control. Things like that.
That I will use.
Yeah, you'll use it.
I will use it.
Yeah,
It is now my weapon.
Don't show your son this one.
No.
She went to university with David and he threw up on her carpet.
Mitchell's not vomiting on people's carpets. He's a class act.
The one thing you can say about vomit is that everyone's done it, including the Queen.
That is treason. You conjuring up the image in people's minds of Her Majesty hunched over the toilet bowl, heaving and heaving and heaving. You disgust me. Wouldn't it be a crown falling in, taking it out, giving it a rinse? The tragedy of this moment is that as a result of this, I will now remember the colours of the
Thus proving the system works.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've certainly got a system now.
I've got a system.
I mean, I will remember Poe is red because of a post box. Deep Sea is green because it's like deep sea, which isn't green but might be. Tinky Winky's got an urgent purple member. No! Lala is yellow because it sounds more like yellow than the others, even though none of them sound like yellow. I will never be able to forget that.
I'm not saying he's a purple member.
What sort of pants were you wearing? If that's not too sexy a question.
I don't want to sound like I'm making things up, but I don't remember exactly what...
You don't remember what pants you found a pie in? That's not a mental image that stayed with you.
Well,
the type of pants from which the pie emerged.
No, because...
I would remember that.
They didn't emerge. I was sitting on the underground.
What point do you notice the pie?
You know, it's only a 8-minute journey then to my stop, so at some point there, it's only then while sitting down.
At some point? Not the moment you sat down on a pie.
No, it definitely...
That wasn't the time, you gradually became aware.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. You've got a pie in your pants.
David, even if you don't believe it, you don't need to be angry about it.
I'm trying to break it.
I guess that's a requirement of being on David's team, is you have to be a bit of a psychologist to calm him the fuck down.
He just doesn't do well with things that contradict logic. Like, I would love to see him and Carl talk.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Because I feel like David and Ricky Gervais are of the similar mindset.
Yeah.
But David goes off.
Right, and Ricky's a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
So here's what would happen. The three of you would go out front. Not yet.
Oh, out front?
And you'd leave.
I'm not wearing any trousers.
Just halfway through Christmas Day, she's like, I've had enough. We've done the presents.
Had you done the lunch?
Yeah, we've done lunch. So let's just...
What was the time?
2:30.
OK, so pre-Queen.
Oh, we don't do the Queen in my family.
I'm so sorry, David.
You don't listen to the Queen?
No.
Did it become...
He looks heartbroken.
She's the head of state. 8 minutes a year, you know, and 6.5 if you skip the bit with the trumpets. Well, this was hardly a Christmas, wasn't it? You don't watch the Queen's speech. I expect you're having a pizza. You're having a pizza and she put the fake tree away like an umbrella. Fine, pop that away. This is barely worth hearing about. I'll be so unhappy if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, Christmas is over.
That would be about my reaction to that.
But I mean, my family, we undecorate rather quickly.
Oh, okay.
Like last year, we had that shit down to the 26th.
Wow.
We were like, and humbuggery. Bah! Back into its cage for the next year.
I remember we've had our Christmas decorations up some years, sometimes into February.
Good God. Well, I mean, yeah. You turn it into a Valentine's tree.
It's not just dedication. It's like laziness.
It's not like, I love this tree. Let's keep it.
Right. And the past 2 years, we actually have not decorated because we're too lazy.
Yep. But I get that. I get that.
But you have reason to do it because you have a son.
Yes.
And you gotta give him Christmas.
I have to.
Yeah.
That's my job.
So you have an obligation to do that.
Yes. So, but no, there's no, for me, there's the time frame to undecorate doesn't come quick enough. Just like, let's get this shit done. On to the next.
All right, man.
So you're all saying...
only a game, for God's sake. It's gone beyond tragedy, and you just laugh at death.
What the fuck?
Okay. Calm yourself. Calm
I am so merry. Oh no, my wife is gonna kill me. This could be it for my marriage. Kill me now. Not more. Horrible, stupid game.
Wow.
Yes!
That was fun.
This was a great Boxing Day. Automatic 2 thumbs up for me and for you.
Oh yeah, this is. I'm glad you guys have this. I'm glad you guys have this show.
Yeah,
and it's just unfortunate we don't have something like this.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of do, but it's our version sucks from what I've seen. Like, it just doesn't look like it can hold a candle to the original. It's like the Wish.com version of it.
Yep. So this is great. It's just great.
Yes.
Yeah. What I Lied to You is on the channel.
It's one of our staples.
Yeah.
That will be here forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
As long as we can find clips of it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes. So, and as we said at the top of this video, I'm gonna flip this. This one happens at 85K. This one will probably happen, sometime sooner than that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
y'all, happy Boxing Day. We appreciate and love each and every one of y'all that have tuned into us.
Yes.
For the next 3 days, 27th through the 29th, there will not be an upload. We're going to take a little bit of a holiday break. The 30th, it will be our TikTok, YouTube Shorts compilation. And then the 31st, New Year's, will be our Best of 2022 compilation.
Yep.
And thanks for hanging with us all year long. And if you haven't already, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell, and sharing with your friends.
Definitely.
And until next time, wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose, embrace the suck.
Unplug, and have a good holiday.
Yes. We'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Fellas, we can be that mistake. Let's do this.